A lot of people ask me this question: how have you improved your English pronunciation and accent? I've done a number of things to improve my English pronunciation and overall fluency. And in today's lesson, I'm going to tell you one of those things, one very important thing that I did to improve my English pronunciation and fluency. And before I tell you that one thing, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you subscribe and press that bell icon so that you will be notified when we upload our next lessons. Let's get down to business straight away. What is that one thing that I did to improve my English pronunciation and fluency? And that one thing that I did regularly to improve my fluency is this: reading aloud. And how can reading aloud help you improve your English fluency? That's a question we have to answer now. As you know, English is a new language for us, and English is a new language for our speech organs as well. Our speech organs include our lips, our teeth, and then tongue, nasal tract, vocal cord, all these things. All these things put together we call speech organs, because our speech organs are quite used to our mother tongue, and English language is quite new for our speech organs. Naturally, pronouncing the sounds and words of English language is going to be very difficult for our speech organs, and this is where reading can help you. Reading aloud can help you, because we read aloud and give a good deal of practice for our speech organs so that it will be able to accommodate and get acclimated to the sound system of English language. Of course, English language has its own sound system, which is actually different from our mother tongue. The more you read aloud, the better your speech organs will get used to the new language, English language and its sound system, so that gradually your speech organs will find it easier to pronounce words. Your speech organs will be comfortable with the sounds of English language, and that's why I say read aloud, read aloud, read aloud regularly, and read in the way you like to speak. That final thing is very important. Read the way you like to speak. Don't just read because, okay, there is a YouTube channel and this guy said reading can help you, so that I'm reading aloud. Don't read for the sake of reading. But how will you read? Read in the way you like to speak. Make sure you pronounce words correctly when you read. And how do you know how to pronounce words? You are already listening to good speakers, so you know how words are pronounced, and pronounce words correctly. And then make sure you're not reading or you're not pronouncing words in isolation, but put all those words together. Not put all those words together, but link all those words together and then pronounce them. For example, I say, take it easy. I'm not pronouncing take it easy. So when you read as well, read the same way as you speak. Take it easy. All those words are put together, linked together. It looks like just one word. Take it easy. Take it easy. So what happens is you linked all these words together and you're pronouncing it. So the same way when you read as well, you have to follow all these things. Pronounce words correctly, link words together, don't read words in isolation, and more importantly, make sure that you are stressing those content words and unstressing those structure words, or not giving much prominence for structure words. And if you are not sure about what content words and structure words are, please click on this link to watch my video on stress timed rhythm, which will get you a good idea of what stress timed rhythm is and what content words are and what structure words are. So let's get back to the point now. Reading aloud. Now you know the significance of reading, why we read. Because we want to give a good deal of practice for our speech organs to get acclimated to the sound system of English language, we give rigorous practice. And sometimes you may have this question: why not speaking itself? Yes, speaking is the best method. Speaking is speaking and conversation is conversation. There is nothing to replace or nothing as alternatives to these things. But the fact is that, as most of us live in countries where we don't find too many English speakers and we don't get too many opportunities, we can say opportunities are few and far between, which means we don't get quite many opportunities to speak in English. Hence, our speech organs are not getting enough practice, or our speech organs don't have opportunities to practice the new language. And it is here we use reading as an alternative not a replacement for speaking, but an alternative to give practice for the speech organs. Next big question is, what should we read? Of course, not science and research articles. If you read science and research articles, you will come across a lot of words specific to those subjects. We call them jargons, and these jargons are not very useful for our daily communication, day-to-day communication. So what I would recommend is read some simple storybooks, because the words that we have in those storybooks are those words which we use regularly for our communication. So practicing on those things can actually help us a lot, and you will have simple grammatical structures which are not going to be very difficult for you. I can confidently recommend this practice or exercise because, as I say, proof of the pudding is in the eating. I have result to show you. I can speak confidently and of course fluently with good pronunciation, and I've been doing this practice for quite some time and I can see my result, and this is why I say do this. Of course you will see remarkable improvement in the way you speak in a short span of time, but make sure that you do it regularly. You do it regularly and give a good practice for your speech organs so that there will be no hesitation or no inhibition in your mouth. Right? Because this is a new language, your mouth has that inhibition to pronounce English words. So that inhibition can be circumnavigated by practice. And that practice is what we discussed in today's lesson. So the gist of today's lesson is read aloud. When you read aloud, and very importantly, read regularly and read the way you like to speak. That's the key here. Read the way you like to speak. And before you leave, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, why don't you subscribe and press that bell icon? And also, if you've got any questions or comments, please do share them in the comment box. And if you think that it is going to be helpful for someone else, please do share with them as well. With that, peace.